Hey guys, Will with Artec here, and today we're going to install the rear inner fenders on a JL. Once you've unboxed everything, make sure you do a parts check. If you're missing anything, please give us a call or email at sales@artecindustries.com. In the box, you should receive driver's side main panel, driver's side front panel, driver's side rear panel, passenger side main panel, passenger side front panel, passenger side rear panel, 2 driver's side and passenger side nut strips, 1 center punch drill template, and hardware pack. And in the hardware pack, you will have here's the tools you'll need for the rear inner fender installs: some dikes, a hammer, center punch, 5/32 Allen, 7/16" wrench, Sharpie, drill template that we send you with the inner fenders, 1/4" drill bit, a drill, and some safety glasses. Hey guys, step 1 is going to vary a little bit from the written instructions. Today we're going to remove the whole fender and inner fender together as one. If you are going to do this step per the written instructions, you're just going to want to remove the plastic factory inner fender by removing these 6 plugs and drilling out these 8 factory plastic rivets and removing the plastic inner fender. For our install today, all I have to do is cut these plastic clips, 6 of them, and yank the fender off. It's that simple. Let's get started. Just taking some dikes, cutting off the back of the plastic clips. They pop out. Super simple. You can pop these out a number of ways and save these, but I really don't care to. Never gonna use them again. Now that we got the 6 plugs cut off, we're going to yank the fender off. Be confident in this. It's okay, you're not going to mess anything up, but you do want to give it a good hard yank. So here are the plastic clips that you're popping out of the body. When you yank the fender off, they all pop out. We have a kit to change these out to 1/4 button heads, so you can screw your fender on and off. Makes it a lot easier than using the plastic clips. If you do want to reuse the plastic clips, you can get these at any parts store or your factory dealership. They're pretty cheap, but I would recommend getting our screw kit so you can take your fender on and off. It makes it a lot easier than the plastic clips. All right, on step 2, we're going to lightly assemble the rear inner fender. We got our front piece, our rear piece, and our main piece of the inner fender. To do so, we're going to use 14 of the 1/4" button heads to loosely assemble the complete rear inner fender. We're also going to be using the nut strip to attach the 2 top pieces together, which I'll show you how to do here in a second. The rear piece locks in just like that, like butter. Now it's time for the nut strip. We're going to place that on the top right here to tie the 2 panels together. Now for a little tech tip, which I stress in all our videos. Make sure you leave everything loose until you're ready to tighten everything at the end of the install. It'll make the install go so much smoother and have less issues. Before you get started on step 3, this is a new Jeep, so we don't necessarily have to clean this back flange. But if you do have a Jeep and you've been out wheeling and whatnot, you are going to want to clean this back flange to make sure the install process is smooth. Step 2 is finished. We got our rear inner fender loosely assembled. Now we're going to move on to step 3 and drill the 1 hole we need to drill. Let me set this inner fender aside and we'll get going on the drilling. So we're going to be using our drill center punch. In the written instructions, it tells you to install the inner fender first, then do this step with the drill, and we're going to actually do the drilling first. That way there's no chance of messing up. It makes it a little bit easier for the install. Let me show you how this is done. So using our drill gauge, we're going to line up the open hole with the second body hole down. Just center it on there like that. You'll see the drill gauge is contoured to the body, so you can line up that hole perfectly. I'll mark it with a Sharpie. We'll center punch that and drill it out. Let's get started. All right, that's the only hole you have to drill to install rear inners. Let's get the inner in there and slide it back in. On to step 4, we're going to slide in our loosely assembled inner fender. This is a little tricky because you have a gas filler tube right here, but this slides in right behind it. Bring it forward like this. You want to make sure your back tabs get in. And it's going to pop right into place. Just like that. Now we're going to go through, put in all our button heads. We have our spacers that go in behind here. Let's get started. We're going to be using 5 of the 1/2-inch button heads to attach it to the outer body. Then we're going to be using 3 of our 3/4 long button heads with washers and the spacers that come in the kit to install it to the inner piece of the inner fender. Again, I want to stress it, leave everything loose until all the hardware is in, and then you can go through and retighten everything. This is the last step of bolting the inner fender in. You have your 3 3/4 inch long button heads. You have your 3 black spacers that go between the inner fender and the body. And you have your 3 washers and your 3 lock nuts. We have our 3/4 inch long button head, our black spacer. We're going to slide the black spacer right in between the inner fender and the body. Slide the button head through. And on the back side of the body, we're going to install our washers and lock nuts. Now you just repeat that same process for the last 2 holes. Button head, spacer, washer, and nut. Step 5 is for all you guys that love to tighten bolts. Now that we've got everything in, you get to go through and tighten all the hardware. Good to go. All right, we've got the whole inner fender installed. If you did take off the whole fender like we did and you drilled out the rivets, you can put it back on using either our kit or the plastic clips, the factory plastic clips, but you're good to go. Hey, if you like these install videos, make sure you like and subscribe and watch our other ones. We definitely want to hear your comments. If they're good, if they're bad, just don't say anything. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. That's it for this install. Good.